one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores, comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C, and Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop lock.
Yo, what's up? It's that time again. It's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast coming to you live every Tuesday night from a super secret location in Compton, California. All you have to do is follow the potholes.
A lot of potholes.
A lot.
That's how we found it.
That's how you found it, exactly.
I'm glad you didn't fall into one and then not get out. Almost.
Yeah, known for the potholes. I think they're known for potholes, right? Like other cities are known for trees, like named after different trees in Compton. That means pothole.
Potholes. That and the Compton Cowboys.
Yeah.
Compton Cowboys.
Compton Cowboys. They had to start riding horses because there was too many potholes for their cars.
Too many flat tires.
That's right. There's a lot of horses around here.
Yeah, and the Compton Cowboys do exist. They do exist. They
Right,
actually
they're right
set
up the
up a Santa Anita racetrack.
Oh, yeah?
They have a little section where you can go in there, hang out, and you can like ride their horses, and just in a little circle, and they teach you about what owning a horse is all about and how to take care of them and all that good stuff. So
That's
the
cool.
Compton Cowboys.
You know what, Steve? It was a little weird to start this show off because Johnny's not here to
Johnny?
yell.
Who's Johnny? Johnny
wow. Wow. One episode and you already forgot Johnny?
Well, he's not here, so
What, Johnny?
yeah, what Johnny?
Oh,
He'll
okay.
be back next week, and then we can talk about Johnny. We have something even better than Johnny here today.
Right. We got some guests in the
We
studio
do
today.
have some guests. We have the band Go Betty Go. Two of them are here today joining us. The rest could not make it for whatever.
For whatever reasons.
For whatever reasons. But
Whatever.
hey, we got
They're
two.
doing stuff.
Yeah, people get busy.
Hell
Johnny,
yeah.
Hey, Johnny's doing stuff too, so
They're
he's
all
not
doing
here.
stuff. But we're here, and we're Go Betty
We're
Go
here.
is here live on the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
I interviewed them 2000, I think it was 2002, 2003, with actually Rob, a.k.a. Bubbles, a.k.a. Mumbles, when we both worked at K-Rock. We were putting together a show called Atomic TV. And we had interviewed Reverend Horton Heat. We interviewed Alvis from Left Alone. Alvis from Three Bad Jacks. And then Go Betty Go.
Go, Betty, go. And you were telling us about that, and I have no memory of that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear that story back. But was it a TV thing, or was there
It was
footage?
like more like a, yeah, there is footage.
So
and I know
there is
Rob
footage of
Rob
that.
has it. Yeah.
Rob has been
Rob
holding
has
back.
to share it with
Yeah, he does.
Mumbles.
Mumbles, there you
Mumbles,
go.
you need to share it with us.
I mean, that's going to be some classic Go, Betty, go on there.
No, definitely. It was at a show, right before a show. Rob had reached out to you, and you were like, yeah, come on down. When we went, we did it. We stayed for the show. We hung out. But yeah, it was awesome. We were trying to put something together. This is before, I think this was just in the beginning of YouTube as we know it now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking 2002, 2003, this is pre all the stuff we know now.
Yeah, and we were trying to get something together, and it just didn't happen. But
That's okay. Hey.
Rob ended up doing Wiretap, and now you're on it, and it's just
Yeah.
crazy how it all comes back.
I know, it's
Full
all
circle.
total full circle.
And the band has also come full circle.
Yeah, it's come full circle. It's gone back, forth, all over the place. And here we are. Like, it's crazy to just think we're a band two decades in, and we're still powering through. And, we just love what we do. So we're fortunate to be able to do it.
And both of you remained in the band the whole entire time, correct?
Not me.
No.
I left it for a little bit after Nicolette left. And then Betty and Aixa, they stayed with Emily and a couple bass players, and Phil, one of them, is the one who came in. But then they played a show, and then I played with them, and then they're like, "You want to get back together with us, Michelle?"
Aww. Just like that, like that. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like, you just, life, goes in waves like all of us. We all experience life in different ways where we have our relationships and we have our friendships, and then like being in a band is a complete, adventure on its own. So it's really difficult at times to keep a band together. So I find it really fortunate that after all these years and after everything we've gone through, like, we can still continue to do this. And yeah, now it's, full circle and also the way that like Emily, who, you know, filled in for Nicolette at one point when she left the band, and she just brought the band to life in her own way. And then a few years later, when we got the band again back together after having a hiatus, you know, we kind of did our thing. And now with this new EP that we're putting out, we actually decided to bring some of those old songs back that Emily used to sing on, and we're all doing it together. And it's just like a family, you know. And it's a cool thing to be able to just do that, and there's no reason why not.
Yeah.
You can make it work.
How has it been for you, the one member that has been there through all of it? How, you know, because you've seen the changes, the people coming back and forth, maybe wishing that it was back how it used to be. Like, what kind of, I don't want to say emotions, but like, what kind of things, A, kept you there, and B, now that it's back to what it was, how does that feel?
Well, it's funny. I haven't had a day off in the last 24 years, you know, because everybody's taking a break. Everybody's like gone, lived their life. I've been the one that has made every single show. So, no, it's, you obviously see this evolution, and you get to experience working with different people. But there's obviously something very, you know, it's like it is a family, you know. So you get to just hold on to that chemistry that we've always had, and that just never goes away. So it's like just your life. You can reflect it to anybody else. You have different experiences, and you have different relationships with different people, but it's the unity of the family and the friends that keeps you together, and that you get to experience, and you enjoy that.
How does it feel now coming back full circle with everyone back?
Yeah, I mean, we've had the formation of the original Go Biddy Go for several years now, so I guess it's something we've been living for a while now. Obviously, more recently with Betty's health issues, we've had our good friend Adam fill in for her on shows, and you know, he's a delight, and he's a great person. You know, we miss Betty tremendously when she can't come out and play shows with us. But we stay connected. So we, you know, she's not physically there with us, but we're talking to her, and we're, you know, experiencing everything a different way. But it's again, you just ride, you know, the ride that you're going through, and at the end of the day, it's like, obviously we're still doing it because it's something that we all enjoy.
Yeah.
I think a big part of it is like what Aisa mentioned, we've just all stayed friends. Even when we took breaks and everything, we all came back, and we were still like so close. And I think that was just what we made it be very important. Like, we're friends first, and then the band. So we still see Betty, like we get to hang out with her, and it's so sweet. And then we hang out, you know, we do things outside of the band as well. And I think that helps, and that keeps us going as well. Because we're not just like, hey, so what's up with the band? What are we doing? And then we go live our own lives. Like, everything's just intertwined. Which
there was a point where we were like that, because honestly the band was, you know, very busy at one point, so we almost had no time for personal life outside of that. But I think we've been able to find that balance, so it's a nice thing to be able to still have a friendship, still live our own personal lives outside of the band, and then still come together and get to do this thing that we all really, you know, it brings a lot to our lives, just because it's opened up new friendships and experiences, and we get to share making music with people that enjoy it too. So, you know, it's not we understand that not everybody gets to do that, so we're very humbled by it too.
Well, you're about to get busy, because I've heard the new stuff, and it sounds great. It really does. It really sounds. We were talking about it earlier. I couldn't really figure out like the word to use, but it's a. I don't even know. I couldn't even say it.
Well, I think you were saying, like, to you used the word mature earlier. It's like, or you can tell that we've been doing this for a little while. There's like some experience behind it, and there's just some grit and determination. And I think, you know, we've always taken our time in making things, so we don't quickly just come up with the stuff. But, you know, maybe that's part of it, because we like slowly brew our music.
Yeah,
but I think this was like polished, though. This is like really good polish on it. You know what I mean? It sounds really good. Sounds really, really good.
Well, it's good to hear, you know, someone who's hearing it for the first time from the outside, because obviously when you know, we've been playing these songs for a bit and we've been working on them, it's like you definitely lose that first impression. We don't have a first impression. So it's interesting to hear back what people think of our songs when they hear them for the first time.
Yeah, because I have heard you back in the day, you know, your music, and I've seen you live, even working at LA TV Live. You've been on there as well a few times, and now seeing you once again, and with my good friend Rob, of course, of Wiretap Records, formerly of K-Rock with myself as well. It's crazy how everything just comes back, especially here in LA, you know, how it all comes back full circle. And yeah, it's crazy. And for you as well, being in the band, going away, and then just now saying, you know what, I'm ready to come back. How was that?
I think it was a much needed break that was needed. I ended up, you know, being out of the band. I had a baby. He's now 14. my baby's now 14. But yeah, it was just, I took a break from it, and then I started playing, I want to say maybe like a year before Go Biddy Go came back into my life. Some friends had just asked me to fill in on some bass with them, and so I did, and it made me miss what we had, you know? Again, Go Biddy Go was still like in the background because I don't think they were playing. You guys weren't playing at time.
We were on hiatus.
Yeah, and and then one day I just randomly got a phone call from Nikki and was like, hey, do you want to play a song with us? We're playing a show. And I hadn't really spoken to Ike's and Betty for a while, so I was just like, well, I don't know how they're going to feel about it if I just show up. And because I think it was a week before the show that Nikki hit me up. And yeah, I sat on it for a minute, and then I reached out to them, and they were both just so gracious and friendly and happy to include me in it again. And so I went to the show. I played the one song. It was so much fun. It was almost like we hadn't had that time apart.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt comfortable. It felt like we just started right from where we left off, all four of us. And then that was it.
Yeah,
And
it was
we've
supposed
just
to
been
be
doing it since.
Yeah, it was supposed to be kind of just a one-off reunion show, but it definitely sparked something. And I mean, we're talking about this was back in 2012.
Yeah, it was still like a long time.
It's been a while. It's been a while. But you know, it's oh God, time flies, doesn't it?
It does. It
so
does.
we're talking about this, and we're like, yeah, it was just a couple years. No, this was.
It feels like it was just not that long ago.
I know, but it was 2012 when we reunited with everybody.
Even the songs that we are putting out, we started playing them or practicing them, working on them before 2020, probably like 2019.
A couple of them, yeah, and we were getting ready to go into the studio in 2020, and you know, everybody got delayed that year.
Yeah.
And now it's 4 years later, and we're just like, now it's ready.
I know. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that's happened, obviously. So it's like we were in the studio, and then we had to shut it down. And then finally, when we felt like things were getting ready to come back is when Betty got her cancer diagnosis. And so that kind of slowed things down in the sense that we started working around her health schedule. So we wanted to make sure that she was feeling well enough to actually, you know, be able to go into the studio and be comfortable and record her songs. At no point we were like, look, no one's putting any pressure on us. This is just us, you know, just the love that we have for putting music out and being able to share it with everybody. There's no, you know, we're doing this completely independently in that sense. So there was no rush. So that's why it's taken this long, just because we've slowly been doing it. And then, you know, we shot a music video in between. And again, it just all like depended on how Betty was feeling. And, you know, it's funny, like a few weeks ago, I think someone was like, oh, how are you guys releasing a record? Like, and Betty's not, you know, like I think they understood that like she wasn't going to be on it. I'm like, no, she's on there. She played all the parts, but the thing is that's why it's taken so long, because we had to work around her health issues. And, you know, she's been, you know, fighting like a champ, and, you know, she's definitely someone that I admire a lot now, more than before, just because you just see the resilience in her and just everything she's been going through. A lot of people, I think, would have given up a long time ago, but she just has such a passion for, you know, wanting to live and really get through this, because she started in a very, very difficult place with stage 4 cancer. I think if she would have waited a few more months to start treatment, I don't think she would be here today. And it's just something that, like, you know, we're all really grateful, and the community stepped up to help up and get her in a place where, you know, she's been very motivated by everybody, and I think that's been pushing her through, and it's feeding her spirit.
That's when really like having Go Betty Go was a blessing, like to have the band,
Yeah.
because I think just having all the support that we got from our fans for her, it just helped a lot. You know, where unfortunately there's, you know, people who don't have that much support, like
a community.
publicly, yeah, just coming, you know, helping out, coming together. So I think just having Go Betty Go, the band, was amazing at that point.
Yeah,
And it still is, yeah. People, sorry,
No, no,
people continue to step up, you know, and she's still going through the struggle. Like, she can't live a normal life still. She's getting closer, but she still needs to 100% focus on getting better.
and but that also brings it back to the band. Like, if you think about it, maybe it's not even about the band. It's about the band being together to help her through what she's going through, needing
Yeah.
that to
Yeah.
motivate. Correct?
Oh yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that I know she looks forward to coming back to.
Yeah.
You know, so and
Especially
that-
when you have a goal or something to
Yeah.
look forward to, there's more than just, you know, dwelling or thinking about or having to go to your, you know, doctor's visits or what have you. You have like your fans that are waiting for you, and you're
Yeah.
excited about wanting to go and perform in front of them.
Right, something to
know,
look forward
someone
to.
to-
Yeah.
So
For
you guys are
sure.
more than just a band.
oh yeah,
Definitely.
You know
We're
what
family.
I mean? Even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to be a part of someone's willingness to live, I think is even more important.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
was-
like
Yeah.
that hasn't been said before. Yeah.
exactly. That's
but
why I'm like thinking
it's
about that. I'm like, yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But
we
it's-
just did what we and just normally what we would have done
Mm-hmm.
for any friends, you know. It was just automatic. There was no hesitation of what we needed to do and how we could help her, and you know, we just, as soon as we found out, we just all
Yeah.
were like, okay, well,
game plan.
like, yeah, let's figure this out. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. It just brings it back all the, like you said, all the way around, and to be there for more than just your bandmate. It's your, you know, your sister, your friend, no, that's amazing.
Yeah, and that's
amazing.
a lot of people from our past, you know, just came back, obviously. And, you know, a lot of times people will step up for you during the most difficult times in your life. And we had a lot of people like that come back that maybe we hadn't spoken to in a while. And, you know, I know Betty appreciated like hearing from them and feeling their support. So it's like I said, that community has really stepped up, and it's honestly, I think I say like punk rock saved her life.
Yeah.
Just because it's or part of it. Obviously she has a fantastic team of doctors, and her family has been amazing, but it's just kind of all those pieces together have you know, here she is years later, where it wasn't, you know, maybe a few years ago wasn't looking too good, but you know, it's looking better now.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives that willingness to fight and get through things is amazing. So now you do have a show coming up
Yeah.
at the
The Paramount.
Paramount, along with Los Abandoned
Yeah.
and yourself. You've been playing, so see, to me it seems like it's barely coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I haven't heard anything. And the new stuff I'm hearing, to me it's new.
Yeah.
To you, you've been doing this since 2020.
Well,
But
we
yeah.
haven't played too much. We just played a few shows out with our friends, the Dolly Rots. We did a West Coast tour, and before that, we hadn't played for 2 years.
Yeah.
From when we went out with Richie Ramone, but it's just funny how fast time goes. That
Yeah.
even when we were talking about it, Ikes and I remember thinking, well, didn't we just play last year with Richie? But she was like, no, it was 2 years ago. I was like, oh man, like it just went by fast. And then I think before that, our one other show was Betty's Benefit and then the county fair. So it's just like random spots that we've had here
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah, no, so it is true. We haven't played that much, but, you know, for me personally, I mean, I'll just speak for myself, you know, doing shows without Betty has been a little conflicting because, you know, we want her to be there, but at the same time, the band is a source of motivation and also to bring awareness to her issue as well. You know, it's our platform. So I try to find the balance in there. She does give us her blessing to play. I know she would love to be there. And like I said before, our good friend Adam, has been able to fill in. But something that we've been doing that we've never done, it's like, in order to make her part of the show, like we bring elements of her parts live to the show. So we're able to play those parts during the show, and we perform with her. So that's something that I feel like was very important to me to be able to figure that out. So as the drummer, like I'll trigger some tracks where like we can hear Betty's vocals, and we play live to that, and it just to me that felt good to have her still, like, she's physically not there, but like we still hear her.
Her presence.
Her presence. Yeah.
It's kind of bittersweet though.
I know.
It's just like to just hear her, but then she's not there. Well, like she's loud. It's just like an emotion, a new emotion where you're just like, huh.
Yeah.
How am I feeling about this? But then like we know like she's happy for us also. So it's our balance.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got this new EP coming out, so we wanted to celebrate it. And at first, it kind of came together rather quickly. Sometimes you plan these things out for months and months, but we thought this is a big deal. Like, we've worked so hard on putting this music out. It's finally coming out. Let's have a show, a record release show, hometown show. Let's invite some friends. So we haven't played with the Los Abandoned in years. We used to do a lot of shows with them here in LA when we had a good scene going on at that time. And, they're good friends of ours for many years. So we asked them if, I randomly texted them. I'm like, I don't know if you guys are even playing, but would you play the show? And they're like, yes, we would love to, so it's nice to quickly get the response that they really wanted to do. I'm like, awesome. This is going to be a great show, just because, especially those people that used to come out to both our shows, back in the day. It's just a nostalgic,
Yeah, they probably feel like teenagers again, or maybe not teenagers, but like in their 20s again.
Yeah. And what's the date on that show?
September 19th.
September 19th.
So we still got some tickets available.
Awesome.
And it's all ages. And the Paramount is an amazing historic theater. It's actually, I looked it up recently. They are officially 100 years now old. They opened up in 1924. So, it's like this revival theater with just this great ambiance, great sound. And it's, for LA, this is also a really good thing. There's free parking just down the street. So it's convenient. You can bring the family out. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to be celebrating, some music that we've been working on for a while. We have some friends playing. We also got the Reflectors and Stormhouse opening up the night, and they're two great bands. So it's something that we're very proud of, and we'd love to celebrate with everybody. We're going to bring our energy there, and then we're going to love to feel the energy back from everybody who comes out.
Merch. I'm a big merch guy. You guys sell merch?
Yeah,
and here's my question to every band that ever comes through here is, you got to sell 3X.
We have 3X.
There you go. Because it sells out quick. Every time I tell someone, like, get 3X, they get it, and they sell out right quick.
Hey, I got you covered.
Us big people also love your music. You know what I'm saying?
No,
we want to support.
Absolutely.
I think we've always carried 3X, huh?
We've definitely the 2X, but in the last few years we've gotten more requests for 3X. All good, and we've got them. So
definitely.
We got you covered.
Because I always go to like shows and stuff, and I'm like, oh, hey, you got that and this? No, you got that and no. I go, I would have bought something,
bummer.
bro. Yeah,
I know.
let me take a CD.
I know.
Or now it's albums. People are doing albums now. You guys?
Yeah, the
gonna
vinyl.
be
Yeah,
vinyl?
so we're gonna release it on vinyl too.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be available once we got the show, and then it'll be available through the Wiretap Records website and through our website too.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm going to pick one of those up as well.
Yeah. I know people love them.
No, heck yeah. You collect them now and stuff.
Yeah.
And people like that sound, that little crispy sound that it makes.
That's
when they
another
go in.
full circle where it's like it was the vinyls and CDs, and it's all tape
Digital,
CDs,
digital.
And tapes back
and
too.
tapes
People
are,
be
people
buying
listen to
tapes.
cassette tapes.
my son just started collecting CDs and tapes, but I'm like, dude, I'm like, we don't even have a player or anything. And so,
Well, that's a Christmas present right
something
there.
he'll
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
How does your son feel with his mom being like in a band? Is that like, what's that, you know, relationship? How does he like, hey,
How
my mom's
cool
a
is
punk
that?
rocker? Yeah.
I think deep down he's like, yeah, my mom and her friends are cool.
Yeah.
You know, he plays guitar.
Okay.
He's learned he learned how to play guitar, and so he plays every day. He probably plays more guitar than I play bass now. He plays every day, all day long. I think he's excited about the idea, but then, you know, at the end of the day, I'm also just mom who's also telling him to clean his room and do his homework and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So it's like, you know, he's like, yeah, okay, you're kind of cool, but you're also not kind of cool because you're
I
still
got
making me do
chores.
this. Yeah. But he's always, you know, when he's gone to shows with us, and like he likes seeing, you know, our fans and things. And I was just telling them in the car on the way here that yesterday I was at Ralph's, and this person was like, "Go, buddy, go!" Just Ralph's right by my house, and I was
Yeah.
just like, "Oh my gosh, who's this?" And he just was just like, "You're Go, buddy, go, right?" And I go,
You're
"Yeah."
the Go,
Yeah.
Betty,
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. And then, you know, he asked about the show, and he was like, I knew it was you, this and that. And of course I was at Ralph's by myself. Like, my kid's usually with me, and this time I went by myself. And so I got home and I was like, dude, you missed it. I got recognized. And he was just like,
Sure you did, Mom.
Yeah.
oh, that was funny.
No, you got recognized.
I got recognized.
Nice. Online, there's a moniker by LA Goff saying all the way from the IG world, Fight Betty Fight.
That's right. That's
Like
what we were
that.
talking about. So we have, when we did the benefit show for her, we started that hashtag, Fight Betty Fight, you know? And it meant that more than ever to just say Go Betty Go, but also Fight Betty Fight. And here's a little sneak peek to the EP, but we've got people who attended that benefit show. We're going to be hearing them yelling out Fight Betty Fight as an intro on our EP, which those words mean a whole lot to Betty and all of us. So that's right. Fight Betty Fight.
Fight Betty Fight. It's amazing. Can't wait for this. Once again, happening September 19th, right?
Yep.
At-
Right around the corner.
At the Paramount in East LA. You guys got to come out. Free parking 1 block away.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing. Where do we pick up tickets at again?
So tickets, you can get them through our social accounts or just going through the ParamountLA.com. They've got tickets available on the website, and yeah, you can pick them up. Again, we post about it, so we link to those tickets all the time, but also through the Paramount's website as well.
Get your tickets, guys, before they sell out. Steve, you're telling me what's up online, or did you mean Oscar?
No, Mario Adami was saying what's up. We
Oh,
have
okay,
quite
my
a few
bad.
people
Yeah,
on
yeah.
here just, you know, wishing Betty well.
Thank you.
Prayers.
A lot of
from
love
Jimmy
happening
Reyes.
right now.
Yeah. It's really cool to see, you know, people just come out and really support people that way, especially in the times that we are sort of in now,
Yeah.
where people are just like hating on each other for whatever reason.
I know.
Yeah.
And it gets you thinking about everybody, you know, like we've had a lot of people come to our show and either say, I'm a cancer survivor, or I'm a survivor of this, I'm a survivor of that. I'm someone who's currently going through it. And I know that Betty is, she may not think it herself, but she is a big influence and an inspiration for people who are also going through the same things, you know? It just gives people hope. And if, you know, if anything, just, you know, I think a lot of times, you know, when people hear that word, like you've got cancer, it's like, and I'm just speaking from an experience from the outside, obviously, with a best friend going through it. But it's like my mentality went, obviously, at first is shock, but then it's like, well, we're going to beat this thing, but together, you know? So it just, the whole experience, again, makes you start thinking about not just your own life, but everybody else in the world. And it's just you're just consistently hearing about it. I think we all obviously have either personally dealt with it or someone very close in our circle has dealt with it. So it's an ugly disease, but it just, you know, gets you thinking about everybody. And we're all, unfortunately, sometimes we find ourselves in this situation together, and it just makes you, you know, relate to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. And the positivity, I think, is the key to it, you know, being as positive as you can and just showing that, you know, you're there for that individual, you're ready to fight with them.
Yeah.
And it really sparks them. I remember seeing a a documentary on a lady who had cancer, and she was documenting her life and documenting everything, the positivity, and it actually helped her beat her cancer.
Yeah.
Because she was so positive. She was so, just surrounding herself with the right people, I think, is also key.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And from what it sounds like so far in this just hanging out here talking with you, I mean, damn, Betty has a really solid group of friends, sisters, family, like
Yeah.
in the band, within the band.
Yeah.
That you really are supporting her and doing this. It's amazing, and that's a testament to the band itself.
Yeah. I mean, we never thought twice about it,
Yeah.
So I think most people would do it for any of their loved ones. It's yeah. What else are you gonna do?
No, but it was awesome. It's awesome to hear that, because like you said, I think we'll all go through it at some point in our lives, and we just have to push through it and be the rock that you've shown here tonight that you are for Betty.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've been trying.
Yeah. On that note, I mean, I know Robert, you guys sent us the video so we can check it out and just
Look, we have a little sneak peek.
We'll do a little sneak peek. We're actually premiering the full video next week. We could play
a little snippet of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10
Little bit,
seconds
yeah.
of it.
All right.
Start the intro. So, yeah. But let me give you a little backstory on this. So, Nicolette freaking blew all of us out of the water. She's like, I can make a video for us. And Nicolette, she works in the movie industry doing movie posters, and she's obviously a very talented graphic designer. But, we're a DIY band, so we try to do everything as much as we can, under our umbrella here. And we were like, okay, sure, yeah, let's do this, So we got together on a Saturday afternoon, and we just shot stuff over a green screen.
Yeah, she
And
had a
then
vision.
She had a vision, and we just trusted her 100%. Okay, go with this. And she freaking did this amazing video, all through stuff she learned in school, with all her tools and gadgets. And we're really excited to put this out into the world. So yeah, this is a few seconds of this.
Before we do this, I got Nicoletta too. I had made the flyer for Instagram. I do it myself, like you guys do.
Yeah.
And
And
she
was like,
tells
fuck
Rob,
your
like,
flyer, son.
Yeah. She's all
I
like,
got this.
let me do this myself. And when she said, I was like, this is rad.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I usually, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, I usually do it on my phone.
Like most of us do.
Yeah, so I try to put things together, and she probably looked at it and was like, oh my God.
Well,
And she wants to represent herself in this, so she was like, oh no, let me do this.
let me do it right. Yeah.
And it came out amazing. All right, it came out
That's
amazing.
the thing. Well, I mean, we'll be like, just in life, she's like, oh my God, that flyer. Oh no, what'd they do? What were they thinking? Because it's like when that's your career,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's a graphic designer. She sees things completely different than us normal non-graphic designers.
Exactly.
So she can't help herself,
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I'm watching a movie and there's a drummer drumming, I'm like, oh, good Lord. Like,
That was fake.
that was obviously not a drummer. And, it's just, and everybody else is like, what do you mean? It's just fine.
They're
but
drumming.
They're drumming.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's a real
drum.
no, they're not. Anyway, but yeah, so she made this video. It's going to officially premiere on the 21st of August, and we're going to be announcing some new stuff that day too. And we're actually going to be releasing the single for this song, Party at Sea. So yeah, let's watch a few seconds of it. Here you go, exclusive premiere.
Ooh, exclusive.
Yeah.
Snippet.
Just really quick, that doesn't count as our couple seconds, right? Because
That was
nothing.
2 seconds,
Damn,
guys.
nothing
That's
has
the
happened
intro.
yet.
That's it. You
That's
know,
it.
you have to-
Ah, shit.
Well, we'll let first parts go through.
Okay.
Until
You-
the full
you-
band kicks in, and then you're gonna have to cut it out.
This would be the easy way to talk about it. This would be the easy way to talk about it.
Already
This
amazing.
would be the easy way to talk about it. It's okay, just walk away from me. You're making it twice as hard. I'm feeling like I'm giving up. You crash and burn, I toss and turn. I will never wanna wake up.
So definitely, I get this whole nostalgic '90s. Oh shit! I already forgot the band
Well,
name.
Oh, like Smashing
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I personally, like when I started her theme coming together, that definitely was kind of something that we envisioned as well. And then she took it to a whole other level. And there's more inspiration throughout the video with different influences that she should have spoken to. But she's actually currently working on our website. So
And your hair's different there?
my hair was a
She had
little
pink hair.
pink there. But yeah, there it is,
And
bright and
it.
pink
All
right.
right.
there. And
And
then
cut.
next week you'll have to see the rest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
It's super fun. Like
Yeah.
she did such an amazing job. I sat with her one day. We had gone out, and she was like, "Do you want to come back and I can show you kind of what I'm working on?" So I was like, "Okay." And I sat there, and I mean, I already don't know what is what they usually use for Photoshop and all that. Like,
Photoshop.
is it Photoshop?
Yeah.
Illustrator.
No, like yeah, I think that's what she was using.
Oh,
but
Journey?
it was something that had a whole bunch of layers, and she would just remove
Ooh.
stuff and put stuff in, and I was just like, what in the world?
What in the world, caller? We got a caller. You're on the West Coast. Who is this?
Hello, this is Hazy Chaos.
Hazy Chaos.
I'm looking at your pig.
That doesn't sound very nice.
I'm looking at your pig.
At your little punk rock piggy.
Oh, on
right.
the wall.
I thought Mario framed a picture of me there for a second.
Uh-oh, that also sounds like Hazy Liz right there. We have the dual Hazy Chaos. You check them out. They produce amazing shows all over the place. Also with their Casa de Brujas project. Go check them out live. And I know they are big supporters of Go Betty Go, because I think you played at least 1,000 of their shows.
They
At least 1,000.
we're
1001.
super
my bad.
close friends. There's also actually a fun fact with Kat and one of our Fight Betty Fight chant. You hear a voice on there, and that's Kat Chaos's voice
Ooh.
at the benefit show, leading the crowd to say "Fight Betty Fight." So that's her little voice is in there too.
It's such an honor, for real.
Well, hi, ladies. How you doing?
Doing okay. We
Yeah.
had to, make an appearance on your guys' awesome interview. It's
Absolutely.
going
I think
great so far.
everybody these days is afraid to actually let their voice be heard and actually dial those digits and make a phone call. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the texting was turned off, so
Guys,
we thought we'd call and show our love and support.
thank
Even
you.
better. Even
Yeah,
better.
I love that. That's
We
awesome.
miss you, Mario.
We miss you too. I just saw you guys out in Vegas rocking it out at the Sin Wave with Casa de Brujas. You guys put on an amazing show, so thank you for the invite and hanging out there. They're great. You guys need to come check out a Hazy Chaos. Do you guys have a show coming up, don't you? Or putting something together?
Well, we're working on new music,
Ooh.
so we're kind of taking a little break. But yeah, we're planning a few shows, so stay tuned.
Nice.
Stay tuned, guys. Now, you know what? I never asked, but how did Cat Chaos and Go Betty Go? When did that really start? Because once again, you guys have this long-lasting working relationship. I'm assuming they approached you, or who approached you, and how did it all go down?
We met Kat when she was like 12
I
at
was
our
13,
show.
Michelle.
Wait, really?
She
Yes.
came to our show. She was a fan. Like her dad brought her.
Hell
and,
yeah!
Mhm.
and she just fell in love with Go Betty Go, and then some years later we became friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
But yeah, she was like
basically.
she's super. When I remember her age, I'm like, oh, you're so young.
I was a baby, and my dad would drop me off and wait for me in the parking lot. And one day he was like, "Hey, kid, can I come in with you? I want to check these girls out." So he came in, and he was like, "Damn, they're badass." Like, he was a huge fan, too. Huge fan.
Aw, Dad. That's very sweet.
Shout out to your dad for supporting you in the music scene. That's what's up.
No,
Yeah,
for
driving
real.
you to shows and
Seriously.
Yeah, that's
That's Papa
awesome.
Chaos.
Yeah, Papa Chaos. Another fun
Chaos.
fact, people used to call me Michelle's little twin.
Yeah, because she wore glasses and she was little, and so anyone that's
Yeah.
little and wears glasses are like, you look like Michelle from Go Betty Go.
Exactly.
And now she
You
plays
got the-
bass, too.
And you
Look.
play bass.
I'm just trying to be Michelle, apparently. You know.
I see it. You rocking it though. You
Michelle
rocking it.
clone. That's awesome.
Exactly. Well, we love you guys. We just wanted to say hello and send our love. We can't wait to see you in
Thank you
September.
for calling. Yeah.
September
Los
18th at
Bandits,
the
dude,
Paramount.
I saw
Yeah.
you guys with Los Bandits when I was about 14.
Oh,
so
there you go.
This is pretty crazy. Yeah, about almost 20 years ago.
We're
No,
gonna
20
be.
years ago, actually.
I know.
That's
We're gonna be
wild.
hearing that a lot that night.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
you guys 20 years ago. Same lineup.
Yeah.
I mean,
Back in my day.
back in my day before this
The olden
Facebook
times.
thing.
Now the question is, are you gonna bring out Papa Chaos to the show?
Pop-up
Oh
cake.
shit! I'll invite him for sure. He would love to go.
He doesn't have to stay out in the parking lot. He can actually
Yeah.
come into the show.
He can park in the free parking lot and make it into
I
the
always
show.
invited him in, but he just wanted me to do my thing and have a good time. But I've never been embarrassed with him. He was a good time. He still is. So
Oh yeah.
Well, bring Papa.
Awesome.
Papa Chaos.
Papa
Sounds like
Chaos.
he needs to be there.
he definitely does. We love you guys. Can't wait to see you.
Love you guys
see
too.
you.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you.
coming.
Of course. Bye, Mario.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Do you guys find that more often now, being an influence to, other young ladies that have now started their own bands and or play for bands? Do they come up to you all the time and go like, because of you,
Yeah, and also what's great about that is when we started playing, like it was very rare to see, all girls playing in a band together. It wasn't just the singer that's the girl, like we were all musicians. We still are musicians. But now what I love to see is the fact that like it's just becoming so much more normal, and it doesn't stand out maybe as much as it did when we were, starting out. Like when we played some of those first Warped tours, like we literally were pretty much like the only all-girl band, those first few years. And now, yeah, we've on YouTube, people covering our stuff, and younger girls wanting to start a band, and they put their influences out there, and it's like we're amongst these giants, and it's like, and we're there as far as our influences. So again, that's just very humbling, and it's such a beautiful thing to be able to be genuine about why we started. I mean, we were kids when we started too, just for the love of like punk rock and music, and just like your son, he has time for guitar and he plays all day long. Like, I used to have time to write songs all day long, before real life kicked in.
Adulting.
Yeah.
I know, it's so hard.
Now we've got other things going on, but like I just remember just the endless time of being creative and being able to just brew up all these ideas, and still today to be able to meet people who were inspired by that, and be able to continue doing it. It's just all that work we did in the past, and everything we continue to do now is just an accumulation of everything we've done over the years, and to know that we've left something for people to be able to look up to, like these bands that might tell us that we were an inspiration to them, is a beautiful thing. It's like we don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
It's super sweet because at the for the most part we just see each other like, oh, this is Aixa,
Yeah, I get
It's like,
laughed at.
This is me. I play bass. Like not so much as like, oh, inspirations or anything, but when we do hear it, it's super sweet, and it kind of does. It makes you feel a little special, where you're just like, oh my god, I touched someone, someone's life in a certain way where they wanted to pick up an instrument and like just play music for fun, or make a band, and it's cool to see that. It's cool to see a young kid just see us, like just us friends, play, and then be like, I want to do that. I want to be like them, or do something like that and have fun like that. Just look up, and I think it kind of just continues. My kid plays guitar, and he, Adam, who fills in for Betty, he loves watching him play guitar. Like he's just like, he came to our show and he just watched him. He was like, wow, he's so good, And it's cute. It's cute, really cute to see that.
Yeah.
Just they can take inspiration from something that they just really like. We have our fan Joey.
Oh,
right?
yeah. She's a young girl who
super
went
sweet.
to rock and roll camp and started a band there. And she was one of the kids that wanted to start a band.
And she shows up to shows with her dad. Her
Yeah.
dad's a big music fan as well. So he's just, you can tell he loves that she's into it. And they'll come to our shows. and they just have such a good time, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's a positive thing. I mean, I mean, my dad was a big influence on me with music, so it's nice to be able to share things like that. And like in the case that she was saying with this family, like we literally have families coming to our show, so it's nice that they're able to share, you know, this bond together and be able to. You know, they tell us, oh, I drive my kids to school and they listen to you. And now my kids are grown up now and they're listening to you. And, you know, and I've seen them come to our shows with their family, without the family. And
well, we've all grown up together, you know.
I
Now we
know.
all have kids. And Rob was at our show and he had his daughter
Yeah.
there with him. It was cool to see.
Yeah. No, it's just life, right?
Yeah, but it's also good to see that your music is also evolved. There's like bands that I've seen that when I was younger, and you see them when they're older, and they're like, "Oh, check out this new hit," and everyone's like, "Oh, dude, that was horrible," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to do something new. We get it.
Yeah,
But I think with you guys, I think it's evolved because, like I said, I've heard this song multiple times already, and it sounds amazing, and it doesn't skip doesn't miss a beat in the sense of like I'm not going like, "Oh, just play some of your old stuff." Like this is probably some of your best stuff.
That's awesome.
You know?
I mean, you know, again, we do it because we just have fun doing it. So it's a bonus if people like really like it too, because it's like when people come to our shows and we go out of town and we tour and all that, you know, they're happy. They tell you thank you for coming, but I'm like, thank you for coming, because if people didn't show up, then we wouldn't be able to come here. So, you know, it's just this energy and this we're a team here, you know. Like we'll keep making music, you know, because you guys are appreciating it, and you know, thank you.
No, it's crazy, you know, to just hear the ins and outs and how, you know, just the timeline of Go Betty Go and what it's been through and what it's going through now, and just like learning more in depth of what it is.
And we
It
want to
gives you an
keep doing
appreciation,
this. Like, it's again, it goes back to what I was just saying. It's like if people are accepting what we're still doing, and I mean, of course, we get people, you know, coming to our shows that again discovered us years ago. But then I love hearing when people say like, I just discovered your band recently. I've been missing you guys this whole time, and that's fantastic too, because you can see that like it's not just, you know, like things we worked on in the past. It's like it's consistently evolving, and you know, being able to have people jump on board now I'm more than happy too. It's like the more the merrier, and also it doesn't matter that you didn't know our band 20 years ago when we started. Like, you just discovered us. That's amazing, you know. And again, you know, we're here to enjoy this together.
Yeah. How does that make you feel though, being like I'm like the pilot, the quarterback of this whole Go Betty Go thing?
I'm the mom of the band.
Yeah, right?
She totally is. She tells us like when we're playing, what time, what we're doing.
Yeah. I've always been, it's funny, like it was my parents the other day, like we were going to go pick up my cousin at the airport, and like we were a little early, so I was like, well, I'm going to pull into the Starbucks here and just, you know, grab something, you know, to drink and use the bathroom. And my mom was like, oh, there's a Target down. Why don't you just park in there? And my dad's like, let her. Like, she knows what she's doing. She was that kid that would like send in the coupons for the free cassette tape and would fill out the sweepstakes for this. Like, I always just figured things out. Like, just was that kid. So those little life skills like applied to just being in a band. Because when you start a band, you're like, you don't know what you're doing. But I always just like, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to figure it out. And all you can do is just talk to people and then just like put yourself in the shoes of pretending to know what you're doing. And then it just works, you know.
She's very organized. Like, so it's very organized. Like, she has spreadsheets, and you know.
And that's not a drummer. That's not a drummer trait either.
No, we got a bad rep.
Drummers are like crazy. I've known quite a few. They're the partiers. They're the, you know what I'm saying? That's not a drummer trait per se.
They don't wear sleeves.
Yeah, no sleeves for sure.
That's true.
Well, she doesn't wear sleeves. That one's true.
Oh shit! See,
No sleeves. There we go.
Sleeves.
Check one.
Drummer attire. Check.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I'm on the more organized side of things, and but I take pleasure in doing that. Like, it's not. you know, people will now think, oh, maybe she's a control freak. It's not even that. It's just like I like being able to
Control things.
And then
I'm there though because I do the same thing. Like you go into my truck, it's immaculate inside.
Yeah.
It's clean. My house, I have everything exactly where I want it. You know what I mean?
I like the order. I like being able to plan things out and not be surprised. You know, you try to avoid things. Anyway, it just keeps your life more organized. And anyway, I can apply that to the band, and we're able to just get things done, you know?
Aixa would show up to our old tours with all the MapQuest directions
Google Maps.
from one place to things that probably the rest of us
Didn't think about it until you get to the car. Like, where are we going? I don't know.
Or you're halfway there.
Where's
you're like,
our first stop?
shoot. Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
there a stop?
The one time I let Betty and Michelle take over, they drove like 100 miles in the other direction.
The wrong way.
See, that's what happened. It was a very stormy night. So
in
I'll give 'em-
our defense, yes, it was a very stormy night. I don't remember where we were.
I think we were somewhere, obviously, we had never been. I even want to say, I think we were in Canada.
I don't know, maybe.
We were far from
It
home.
was pouring rain where you couldn't, windshield wipers didn't do
matter.
anything.
Yeah.
And so here's me with my glasses sitting in the co-pilot seat, right? And then Betty's driving, and then she decides to tell me, you know, at nighttime, I can't really tell if the cars are coming towards or away from me.
By
And
the
I-
way, worst conversation do be having as you're in the front seat.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And everybody else is in the back, and I'm
I'm
just
taking
kind
a
of like,
nap in the back.
yeah. I was like, well, I'll help you, right? So we're driving, and then it's like raining and raining and raining. So we're just worried about going straight and not crashing, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point, I think Aixa
Yeah, I
wakes up,
came
and
up.
she's like, "Where are we, guys?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know."
Driving on the highway.
And then we're like
And then
way
yeah.
off.
And then
But-
I was like,
But then we exited and we found a restaurant and we ate and everybody was happy.
you know,
And then Aixa was like, "I'm driving."
back in control.
Restaurants and eating always make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember it raining again after that. Like I feel like it was just our patch.
Yeah.
And
we got in trouble and everything.
It led you to food.
It led
Let
us,
us do
yeah,
food.
we
That's
really
where we're
were in
going.
the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, she always had everything organized
At
and
least
planned,
I
and we're super
tried.
grateful for that because otherwise I think we'd be maybe not a full hot mess, but
A mini mess.
half of
But
a
you know
mess.
what?
Yeah.
Again, going back to band dynamics, you need every character in
Yeah.
the band to make it work. You know, you've got everybody, and then it's a pie that comes together, and it just works. You know,
Everybody has an Aixa, and being on tour with other bands, it was always like, "Oh, well, who's your Aixa?" And they had their Aixa. They, everyone has
and
it.
who's the slacker, and who's the everybody's got those characters in their band. So it just makes band work, and you either learn to just like live with it and accept how it is, or it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, like again, every dynamic, every family, every relationship, that's a band. Everybody who's been in a band knows exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who have not been in a band, just think about your families and your friends and all that. Same
Or
thing.
start a band so you can find out.
That too.
There's always the planner, and then there's always the one that just is like, "All right,
Executes.
let's go."
We have sort of a band here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's the one that just kicks
He
back
just said,
and
"Let's go."
shows up.
You're the Aixa.
Yeah, well, Mario might be more.
Yeah.
more
I'm more
of
the
that
Aixa.
in this
Okay.
setting.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of the other stuff. We share
Yeah.
the thing. But Johnny will show up and be like, "All right, what's going on today?" That's it.
That-
But
Just tell me where to go.
Yeah.
John Lee normally starts off by screaming "Let's go" really loud at the top of his
okay.
lungs. So when we didn't have this on this episode, it's like, wait, was I supposed to say that? Like we didn't
Right.
talk about this. Like,
Yeah, see, you need everybody.
Yeah.
we need the loud person here, which
Uh-huh.
is Johnny. He gets loud and he sings about everything.
He does sing. He does sing a lot. But hey, Johnny's doing his thing today, like everyone else that's not here.
Yeah. It's
But
all
listen,
good. He's forgiven.
You definitely see, you got forgiven, Johnny.
Yeah.
So we'll let you in back next week.
Yeah.
So once again, it's going to be at the Paramount September 19th, along with Los Abandoned, who my good friend used to play for, Tony Too Sweet, and I gave him that name years ago.
Good name.
He actually, I had never heard him play before, and I was good friends with the Sons of Motiva, and they needed a fill-in drummer because Gabe McNair, who's the trumpet player for No Doubt,
Yeah.
was going on tour. And they're like, oh, man, we need to find a drummer. And this is when I had just met him, and I knew he was a drummer. I was like, I know a really good drummer. And they're like, oh, right on. And so he came to practice, and he knew the songs. And that's why it was Tony Too Sweet. Like, he knew all the songs.
He's that
right
guy.
off the bat. He was that guy.
Yeah.
And then he started his career and ended up with Liz Landon.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. But so September 19th, the Paramount, free parking.
One block down.
One block down. Exactly.
One block down.
And
Gotta do a little walking. You'll be fine.
there will be some hot dog ladies outside. I don't know if
Yeah.
Anna will be there.
I don't know. She's exiled me. I don't know what's happening with her.
Yeah, Mark used to have his own hot dog lady.
I heard your podcast where you talk about your hot dog lady. Has she called you at all, or
No.
she just ghosted you?
I don't know what the fuck.
So what you used to hire her specifically for your events?
Yeah, so me and Johnny, we went to go see some wrestling out in Wilmington. We went to PCW. I'm always looking for hot dog vendors. I do a lot of nightclubs and shows. Ain't nothing more than a staple in LA than a fucking dirty dog bacon wrap hot dog at the end of the fucking night.
With the grilled onions.
Hell yeah. So when I came across this lady, like, hey man, like, do you work for a mafia? Like, because a lot of them they're not in business for themselves. They work for somebody.
Yeah,
like
you
a
see
kingpin.
them outside stadiums, and there's like 5 feet.
5,000 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
I'm
many.
like, that's some sort of organization.
Well, some of them are independent, and
Okay.
some do work for like
Some of
I don't
them
know,
work for
a
an
weenie
Aitza
fucking
of the hot dog world.
kingpin or
Yeah.
some shit. So when I had her up, like, hey man, I got a show. Like, can you come sell weenies? Like, yeah, where at? Like in LA. Like, oh, I live in LA. Like, oh, fuck, great.
Perfect.
So then she's been my hot dog lady ever since. And then there was one show I did not get back to her in time.
Okay.
And, I didn't have an answer for her, and kind of like things happen, whatever. But mind you, one fucking show out of like how many?
Maybe she heard your show here and she's been offended. Because
we've been trying to get her on.
Well, is she okay?
Yeah.
I
Maybe
don't
that's
know.
the
That's another
question.
thing too. Yeah, she could be missing in action.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. Now I know that there was a scenario once where bad shit happens when you're in these streets. Bad shit
yeah.
always happens. So I know she's robbed before.
Oh.
She's been roughed up.
Yeah,
I know
that's-
they stole her fucking van. I know
Oh,
they stole
no.
her lunch truck. Her other van got fucking pummeled. So I don't know.
Maybe she retired and she's over it because.
Maybe. But at least answer the phone call. Let
Yeah.
me know that I need to go find a new hot dog lady. Like, I found someone else, but I've been really hesitant. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm cheating on my hot dog lady. Like, nah, I want Anna to come out and
Well,
come serve them weenies up.
You gave her a chance. I mean, it sounds like you've called her and tried to communicate many times, and
I
it's just
have.
not happening. So, hopefully, she's okay.
And if you're listening, we want you back. I'm sorry, whatever it was. I got more shows for you. What?
Yeah, we got a few more shows coming
Yeah.
out. Let's-
Yeah, and tell those hot dog people to sell some vegan dogs too.
Vegan
Because
dogs,
I'll
guys.
tell you what, like I'll walk out and I smell the onions.
I
I smell
smell
that.
so
And, like if that was a vegan, because obviously I'm vegetarian, I would buy one. And they're like right next to each other, and there's no veggie option. So if one of them gets smart about it, they can be the difference
can sell
between
more.
100. Just put up a big sign that says meat and veggie.
But would you get it if it was
No, they'd have to like,
separate them?
just separate the grill. Just leave a little area. I mean, we do that at home with my husband. I mean, he's a big meat eater, and whenever he grills, he just does, part of the grills for me and the others for him. So
Now, do you want the carrot that looks like a hot dog, or do you
No,
want
I'll
a
take
fake hot
I'll take the like fake veggie
There's
dog.
a carrot
Okay.
that looks like a hot
Don't
dog.
they do that a lot?
Huh?
They make the carrots look like a hot dog and they
Yeah, I
grill
mean, you
them?
grill a carrot.
And then you
I'll
can-
eat a grilled
yeah,
carrot too.
yeah.
That's good.
I've
I'll
seen
eat
that.
grilled veggies, grilled hot dogs.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
good. I like
Uh,
all that
what-
stuff. too.
I'm just putting it out there because just thinking about it as a business, they would get their vegan vegetarian clients going straight to them and
And you don't even have to start with a lot. You start
No.
with a nice, 24 pack of those.
Yeah.
And just let them.
just put a sign up
Yeah.
and you'll stand out. That's
And-
all.
And you
then-
can charge them more, Anna. You can charge them
Yeah,
more.
and you don't really have to cook them, so it won't take too long. It's just warming it up,
There
and
you
so
go.
yeah. So Anna, please.
Anna, please. So,
They're-
come
they're
back
very
and
sorry.
some vegan. I know, we're sorry. What the fuck, man?
Anna, are you okay? Are you
Are
okay?
you
Anna?
okay? That's
you
just the
okay?
question. Are you okay?
Anna, are you okay?
Is there anything you want to, we know the show September 19th. Anything else you want to share
Well,
with the audience?
we are gonna be announcing a couple more shows. We're actually doing, I think this is coming out tomorrow, so it's less than 24 hours away. Yeah, people might listen to this tomorrow, but we are doing the 10-year anniversary for Wiretap Records. We're releasing this new EP on Wiretap, and they released one of our older records on vinyl. So we've done some projects with them, and it's been great to be part of that label and that family. And then we are also going to be playing in Las Vegas at Area 15. Have you guys been there?
I drove by.
Oh, you drove by. Okay.
Fucking thing is huge.
It's huge.
I saw
heard
pictures.
there's like 6 venues inside of this complex. It's like insane because when I was looking at, we're going to play, what is it? September 21st. And I was looking at their calendar because we haven't announced the show yet, just did. But I was like, there's like 3 other shows going on that same night. I'm like, are we really booked or what? And our agent told us, so it's going to be a free Las Vegas show, 21 and over, on a Saturday night. So if you're in Vegas that weekend, come see us there.
It's
gonna be fun.
And hang
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. And then, we'll probably be booking more stuff as Betty gets better, and she'll do her comeback show. And in the meantime, this
Anywhere to
video
support the fight? Anything else going on
Absolutely.
like that?
Betty has her GoFundMe page up, which has been a blessing because, unfortunately, as many people have probably learned, the system is just completely faulty. Like, she cannot work in order to have insurance, and her treatments and everything are ridiculously expensive, so she has no income. So the GoFundMe page has been a tremendous help and has helped her keep herself, not going broke. So it's still live and it's still up. You could find it on our Facebook page and our Instagram. So we're, you can find Go Betty Go all over the place. So yeah, absolutely. If you're able to help Betty out and chip in a little bit, goes a very long way. And, she's very grateful for that.
And also talking about that, our show, so some of the proceeds from that show will also be going to benefit her. So that's another way to help.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's something, again, that the band is able to do for her. So we're able to raise awareness and raise some money to help her, continue fighting and not have to worry about paying her cell phone bill or rent,
Yeah.
So make sure to go out there and buy a 3XL merch shirt.
Get it.
They have them. So
we have them, and Nicolette designs all that stuff too.
So they're going to be rad.
Yeah.
You can see her videos. You can see what's going on. So it's definitely going to be
She
rad.
knows what she's doing.
Oh, heck yeah. After she told me to step aside with the flyer.
Redo the show flyer.
Yeah, but it was dope. It was.
Yeah,
And you know what? Looking at it, I got some pointers off it. I was like, oh, dude, that looks dope. Yeah, definitely. It's
And
always
what?
cool.
It probably took you a few hours, and for her it was like 3 minutes. Here, let me fix them.
Yeah. Well, even Mario tells me, because Mario does flyers and stuff. And he's
Yeah.
like, yo, bro, you did that in like an hour and a half. You could have done it on your computer in 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, everything takes a little longer on the phone because
Yeah.
it's just small and
Doesn't function as well.
Yeah, and I take it's just a process.
It's all good. I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
and
learning
he tells me.
myself.
But
I will give Steve his flowers though, because he went from not doing any kind of graphic design to like, hey man, I need help. Like I got 10 other billion things. I can't do this. And he picked up the mantle and he get it on his phone. He got it done. So I mean, fuck yeah, man.
There
Kudos
you
to you
go.
for getting
Initiative. See, that's what we're talking about.
you
Like
gotta
you just
do
gotta
it.
try to do it and
Yeah.
figure it out.
thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny. Johnny just shows up and gets loud.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Johnny. Go. Anything you got going on, Maro?
As always, let's see. I know we got a world tour happening. Go to M81 Presents. Get your tickets for all the latest and greatest. We are having our Past Self, Shadows of Summer tour with Past Self, Puppet, Vic Vapors, and Radio Vampire. We're hitting Vegas, Swan Dive on the 22nd, and then rounding to Fresno at Full Circle Brewery on the 23rd. And then on the 24th, we're coming back to LA with a couple other bands. Past Self couldn't be here, so we're filling in the date anyway with Killmore, Vic Vapors, Dark Roads, and a couple of DJs and stuff like that. So it's going to be really good. That's going to be happening on Saturday, so you guys come out to that. Get your tickets available at m81presents.com. I know I have other things. Oh, Gotham Wings coming up, so get your tickets for that, and then keep on the lookout for, I don't know, maybe a Lucha Goth House? I don't know.
Lucha Goth House.
Maybe.
That was awesome last time.
Maybe.
You have such a good announcer voice.
Thanks.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I would hope so after 15 years, and then I did go to radio school. But
there you go.
Nice.
but you know what? It's animated. I don't know. This just comes on because I don't really do this when I'm like in real life. So
Right.
Yeah, he does. That's how he orders at the
That's how he
sushi
orders.
spot. Hey, what's up? I want a number. You know.
I said when I go get tacos because they already know me, so I just gotta let them know like how many I want. and
No,
stuff.
no, all meat burrito. That's what you. That's what you
okay.
get.
It's
You
like
just-
one or two. Like nah, just one today.
I think I had a smile on my face the whole time watching you. I was like, wow.
Aw, thanks.
He's selling you whatever.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
She's
there.
gonna be
Yes.
at, she's gonna be at
All of
those
the shows.
Fuck yeah.
She's gonna be at
works.
Gotham and the Goth House.
She's gonna go to m81presents.com. That's
Yeah,
all you
and
need to
just
do,
ticket,
guys.
ticket.
Get your
All of
tickets.
Bye.
Well, we want to thank you for coming out tonight. It was a great conversation. Check out the show September 19th at the Paramount. We'll hope to see you all there. It's going to be a great night, and of course, all the other nights you're going to be announcing, as well as the video. We get to see it in its full. When's the date?
Yeah, August 21st. So
August 21st.
video comes out, and we're releasing the single for the song "Party at 6." So
There you
it's
go.
gonna be a ride.
It's gonna be right,
Yeah.
and I've seen it already, and
Yeah?
it's awesome. The video, I've heard the songs; they're amazing. Thank you once again. 20 years ago, I started this.
Yeah.
Even before this, when I started trying to do interviews and stuff, and you were one of my first, and I appreciate you guys allowing me to interview you then and have you here at the West Coast Pop Lock.
I love
Podcast
it. Well,
again.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely,
Thank
it's a
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, we're out.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop.